Next story, Shane, the government is spying. We obviously
Yes.
know that, but what extent? Talk to us.
Okay, so the Senate is right now working to advance a reauthorization of the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act, otherwise known as FISA. And it contains a provision that's so bad that Senator Ron Wyden calls it terrifying. So Section 702 of the bill represents the biggest expansion of government surveillance powers since the Patriot Act, according to espionage experts. The House of Representatives voted in favor of it, 273 to 147. That's 147 Democrats and 126 Republicans.
Four
In favor of it. What it will do is, so right now it's only applicable to foreign adversaries, foreign targets. However, currently it allows them to collect communications they have with Americans too, if it's with them and if it's a part of a case about a foreign adversary. This expansion will allow them to collect communications from any location, not just from their phones, but from laundromats, from coffee shops, from anywhere with a Wi-Fi connection. In just, perhaps there might be foreign adversary communications in these networks. So, and they're only giving a promise, an empty promise, to say we promise we won't use this to build cases against Americans. We're just going to have to collect all this data in order to build cases against the foreign adversaries.
Promise.
Yeah,
like when we
Trust us.
when we unfreeze $10 billion to Iran, and John Kirby goes, they're going to use it for humanitarian purposes. Go F yourself.
Well, just like the Patriot Act is designed to help protect the American public from scary guys in Afghanistan hiding in caves, and remember sleeper cells are all across the United States.
I was going to bring the same thing up. It pisses me off that guys are chanting "Death to America" in the middle of the street, cameras running, everything. What happened to that guy?
Nothing. What do you mean?
Here's what really pisses me off about that. They ain't sleeper cells. These are people we just let in. We knew they're just normal. These are just normal people who have a completely different set of values and simply have contempt for the values that we built this country on, that are the reason that they wanted to come here in the first place. And there's no guardrails around them expressing those values, right? It would almost be more comforting if it was a sleeper cell, because it's like, then somebody tried to pull the wool over our eyes. These guys didn't try to pull the wool over our eyes. There's just people who have contempt for our country and our values who just walked in.
Yeah.
Vinny, remember that video that you did? The guy that walks in and goes like, "You will soon know who I am."
Oh yeah, because he's like, you guys, he's threatening us in front of, and that guy
Literally said it.
He's here. And by the way, did you notice in the video, they didn't stop him, they didn't grab him, they didn't go, hey, that guy is in our country as we speak, and said out loud on camera, soon you will know who the hell I am. He goes, basically threatening us. Right. Go ahead, Shane,
So they can say it out in the open, and they, for some reason, need to spy on secret channels when it's for us. Like it's obviously going to be designed for domestic spying. I mean, when they see stuff like that and they let that go, it's like they're obviously not very concerned about terrorism. So this expert named Elizabeth Goitin, she said that she's the co-director of the Liberty and National Security Program at the Brennan Center for Justice. She went off on this. She has a 25-tweet thread breaking it all down, explaining how it's like the worst thing ever. And she said that there are certain powers a government should not have in a democracy. The ability to force ordinary businesses and individuals to serve as surrogate spies is one of them.
Jeez.
It's basically turning everyone to a cop. Even if the targets are supposed to be foreigners, a power this sweeping will be abused. And you might ask, how did this get passed in the House when it's a Republican-led House and they've been, anti-spying since? So Matt Gaetz was against this. He led an assault against the bill, and he just said, we just brought President Trump an at-bat, saying that Trump is going to run on defeating this. But Mike Johnson, the speaker that everyone elected thinking that he was going to, fight against the deep state, he's completely in favor of it. He forced the Republicans to let go of an amendment they were going to add to it that would prevent them from expanding it to American citizens. And he brokered a deal, and he worked behind the scenes. And I wanted to play two clips that really show Johnson and his true colors. First one is Johnson talking about how we need to support Ukraine funding. Mind you, the whole reason why Johnson was put in office and why McCarthy was taken out was because of Ukraine funding.
Of course, yeah.
So now we did that whole thing. They get out. They do 8 rounds of voting for a new speaker, and they get in a new guy, and he does the exact same thing as McCarthy.
All right,
So
so
let's play the first clip, Kelly.
This guy's starting.
Why are you willing to risk losing your job over this Ukraine funding?
Listen, my philosophy is you do the right thing and you let the chips fall where they may. If I operated out of fear over a motion to vacate, I would never be able to do my job. Look, history judges us for what we do. This is a critical time right now, a critical time on the world stage. I could make a, I could make a selfish decision and do something that's different, but I'm doing here what I believe to be the right thing. I think providing lethal aid to Ukraine right now is critically important. I really do. I really do believe the intel and the briefings that we've gotten that I believe Xi and Vladimir Putin and Iran really are an axis of evil. I think they're in coordination on this. I think that Vladimir Putin would continue to march through Europe if he were allowed. I think he might go to the Balkans. I think he might have a showdown with Poland or one of our NATO allies.
He thinks he actually.
To put it bluntly,
Putin
I would rather
go to
send
war with
bullets.
Like he's Hitler.
To
All right, let's
Ukraine
start
than
the
American.
next
Dude,
clip.
I've been hearing that multiple times this whole.
Yeah.
And Piers Morgan did that shit with Pat too. He's like, oh, you don't think that he's gonna go to
Come on.
Poland? Like, shut up! You guys pushed him to go to fucking Ukraine.
Like, okay,
Well, but two things can be true at the same time, right? He can be a brutal, murderous dictator and also not want to invade Poland.
I mean,
like those two things can exist.
Correct.
Yes.
It's
That's
like you
my
can be
favorite
against
kind.
you can be against him invading and killing Ukrainian civilians, but like don't make it seem like it's more than it is. He's simply trying to get back land that he believes is Russia's. He's not. He doesn't have these like fantasies of conquering the whole of Europe. Like this is just ridiculous.
And he's also not that stupid, okay? He knows he doesn't have the capability. Look how much trouble he's having with the goddamn Ukraine.
Yeah,
With
that's
a couple
great point.
gas
Like,
stations and
he's going to
fields.
take over the entire globe, but he can't even figure out how to conquer.
And he's
Ukraine.
simultaneously smart, such an evil genius as they're trying to portray him that is such a threat, but simultaneously stupid enough to go try to reestablish the Warsaw Pact against NATO countries at like 1/50th the strength.
Yeah, he like
yeah, that doesn't make
Plus,
sense.
why is everyone so up in arms about Europe? It's a shit place. I've been there a bunch of times. Like,
Wow, wait, Chile throwing fucking.
Chile throwing spicy
Yeah,
shit.
exactly, bro.
shitty small cars everywhere. Everything is super expensive. High taxes. Everyone has an opinion. I just don't like it. Like, let
So,
him
but
take it
you-
over.
Nice architecture.
Nothing. And
nice
it's-
architecture and better food than like Ukraine. I mean,
Well,
let's
we
be
have
honest.
pictures of those things. Like Europe is not. I'm not being funny.
I
here.
love that when Europeans watch an American shit talk their country, they're going to look and they're going to see him.
America number one.
With his most American glasses of all time.
Yeah, most American glasses.
No,
Yeah.
but jokes aside, the Europe has been invaded. There's nothing left to Europe. It's just a shell. They have a complete government there that is the EU. Like, it's funny. The new Prime Minister of Spain, he talks about Spain as part of Europe. Like,
Oh, really?
Europe as a country. So, I mean, they're done. They're doomed. And if they get taken over, as they've been getting taken over forever. I mean, the Moors took over Spain. The whole 1940 things happened. We're going to talk
It's a whole
about
different-
it.
yeah.
Like, Europe shifts. Like, we think of America as a country in a different way that Europeans think as countries, and a different way that Russians think of a country. You know, there's a bunch of tribes, like Germany. There's like 6 types of Germans. Germans from the south with Germans from the north have nothing to do with each other. Same with Italy. You have like Sicilians, and then you have people from the north, and they have nothing. They're different tribes. Even in Spain, you have people that speak 2 or 3 different languages. It's different. Borders shift. The things happen, and that's how it's been forever.
So you're not going on vacation to Europe anytime
I just
soon?
don't want my tax money on this deal.
I don't want
I
it
don't care
either.
enough about Europe.
Yeah,
way
but,
that-
I can still go to Ibiza for a couple days. Like,
Yeah, I mean, that's
I
fine.
don't know.
That's gonna be there.
Like, Barcelona, I'll go
With
wander
more,
around for a couple
more
days.
hot Russian women in bikinis.
Yeah, it's like
Better.
Swedish.
An upgrade.
Yes.
What are you going to say, Shane?
Matt's like, don't give up so quick. So
Not throw out the baby with the bathwater. Jesus Christ.
the way that you're describing what's happening to Europe, though, looks like it's going to happen here because of my second clip of Mike Johnson, where, remember, he said that he was going to solve the border first and then Ukraine.
I
okay?
remember that.
So Don Jr. assembled a montage of
This
this.
guy, he's such a double issue.
Sorry.
I'm telling all of you, and we've told the American people, border border, border. We have to effect real policy change at the border, and that is a necessary condition to anything we do going forward. We have to take care of our border first. That's what the American people demands. Every state in America is now a border state. Border, border, border. How can we be engaged in securing the border of foreign countries if we can't secure our own? We know the urgency in Ukraine. We're going to stand for freedom and make sure that Vladimir Putin doesn't march through Europe. It's past time to secure the border. Listen, this is a catastrophe down here. The battle is for the border. President Biden wants a supplemental spending bill. It better begin by defending America's.
I love how they kicked out McCarthy and they brought this guy.
Exactly.
That face, his hair, his glasses, his verbiage. It's such a typical politician
the way that you shit on the Republicans, though, like the uniparty thing is so true. In this case, it's like why even get so worked up? Why even get so mad? Why even vote when this is what you get? Like, no matter what you vote for, no matter how much trouble you cause, they just bring in the same thing and the same exact thing happens. Yeah. And every time they're like, oh my God, look what the Democrats are getting away with. Oh, let's just sign this bill where the government can completely spy on everyone and we'll.
Yeah, and nobody gets to look at what's in these bills, and dude, it's not even tiring. It angers me that more people don't see it. And like you said, what are we going to do? At the end of the day, bro, because nothing else works, what are you going to do? Vote for a party? There is no party. They're the same shit. Mm-hmm. The Democrats do what they do. The Republicans are the controlled opposite. Yeah. Not like how many, like we talked about it last week. How many times are you going to see on the Congress floor and Senate and everything, they bring somebody to judiciary, they're yelling at Mayorkas or whoever that's guilty as charged, and they go up there and they go, you're guilty, you did this, here's the proof, and they go, no, I didn't, and they go, next, move on. Nothing happens. Nobody. Name one person that's been sent to jail since the pandemic till now.
Single one.
Well, January 6ers, but that's, I mean,
that's a whole different, people that were just standing around. You know, people that weren't even there got fucking 20 years.
Yeah, but would you rather have Rand Paul grilling Fauci there and at least exposing some aspect of the truth, or not Rand Paul not doing that?
Of course. I like, don't get me wrong. That's where the acting, the show comes in, man. People go, yeah, tell him off. What happens to him? Guess what happened to him? He still gets to retire. He's still getting paid. He still has Secret Service protection. Your tax dollar is paying that little rat, Fauci, to get protected. Why are you so protected? Like dude, I saw him walking for some documentary. There was guys, like it was the president.
Yeah.
Why am I paying for your security?
And we'll never know the origins of the C word. You know, I can't say.
Yeah.
We'll never know the origins.
Politics is showbiz for ugly people.
It is.
They stated that. And Johnson is the reason why most hotel rooms have a single chair. Pointing at the bed.
So they can watch. It's called the cuck chair. Come on. What?
Holy shit, wait, what? I thought it was
I didn't see that coming, bro.
Yeah, me and Matt are like, wait, I thought that was for working on projects.
Like anti-EU guy over here. Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Wait, that chair is to watch people have sex on the bed.
Humberto's a dirty pervert. The other day we were joking around and I said something to somebody. I was like, yeah, like a video with a girl and a horse. And he goes, it wasn't a girl, it was a guy. The video's called Mr. Hands.
What the hell?
I've been on the internet for too long. I posted my first YouTube video 16 years ago.
16?
I'm doomed. I'm done.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way,
I am the internet. Hey, Chad, I love you. You know I love you.
Hey, Rob, and to top it off, that guy was killed at the horse.
Come on.
Multiple reports.
Yeah, well, he did die because that horse did anyway. But yeah, dude, with this type of, because don't get me wrong, guys, let's be honest with each other. Since the Patriot Act, their job was to spy on us all along. The Patriot Act pushed it really, really further. I think Mark Zuckerberg was probably one of the best gifts that the CIA could have ever asked for. Instead of them trying to go get our information, we are out there every single day putting everything out there. If you looked at my sister's Facebook, I'm not even joking. I'm not messing around. What she's eating, where she's going, who she's with, what's on her mind.
Geotagging everything.
Rob, the dog's outfits, God rest his soul, we think he's dead because he ran away. But you don't need to tap her phone. She's giving you the information.
It's my wife is off all social media, which I love. She doesn't have Facebook, Instagram, any of that stuff.
God bless her.
And it's so funny because then I have my buddy who's married and his wife is on all of them, and he says all he gets all day from his wife are videos of these armchair psychiatrists talking about how they're narcissists or there's wrong. People can be fixed this way. People are wrong with this. And it's like complete total opposites. I have a great life. I love my wife. I'm like, oh, this is great. And then every day he's just getting bombarded with bullshit and propaganda from his wife, from social media. And you're right. I'm one of the earliest people. Like when I joined Facebook when you had to be in a college and have a college email address to register. Yeah, I'm old school. And I was one of the first people. I'm like, yeah, go ahead. Let me put everything on there. Yeah. And as I got older, I went, no, I don't want any. But like, I don't want to post when I'm on vacation. That tells what people who could have access to my Facebook page that I'm on vacation. My house is unattended. Go break into this motherfucker's house and steal shit.
Exactly. I think we give up too much. But that with them doing that FISA is the same shit that they went after Trump with. All they had to do is have a couple of signatures and you are tapped, you're bugged, they're spying on your house. And I think that going towards the American people it's a no-go for me.